Oh, hey, jib arm flying in from the sky. It's Chris Waters here on stage, and next to me is Casey Holtz. And hey. I haven't actually asked him, but I'm pretty positive that we are not actually related, despite what you may think. Casey, welcome to the stage.
What's up, brother?
Brother, it's good to see you.
Yeah.
You're here from Mechanical Butterfly Studios. You're showing off jump tanks.
That's correct.
And, you know, watching you play this game here, you got it set up. The first thing that strikes me is that does not look like a tank that I would normally associate. That's something I'd normally associate with the word tank.
Exactly. Yeah, it's inspired by, you know, Ghost in the Shell, things like that, Virtual On, more fast Japanese action style mech stuff, more so than like World of Tanks. Yeah.
And yeah, definitely very speedy. You're doing a lot of jumping, a lot of like getting on top of buildings, a little bit of boost action. Mm-hmm. This is a competitive multiplayer match that you're in right now.
Exactly, yes. So it's a 5-on-5 action RPG. We're going for kind of a League of Legends for Twitch players. So there's an RPG element of like building your tank, customizing it for your play style, working as a team, and kind of that dynamic we're aiming for.
And is that, you know, that sort of, that building in League of Legends happens all during the match, mostly. Mm-hmm. You know, as you gain kills, gain gold, you're speccing, you're buying items, and you're buying kit.
Exactly.
Is that how you're doing it here in Jump Tanks?
Yeah. So in Jump Tanks, it's more pre-match. You build out a battalion of tanks. You get to have 3 tanks per match. And you can customize the legs, the shield, the chassis, the gun, and a bunch of attachments like cloaking devices, these things that are like launch pads that you can toss out and pop you up into the air so you can crush people, which is super fun.
Oh, you see, that's like an actual attack. You can come down on someone and crush them.
So, yeah, so there's lots of customization, and that's how you can kind of express yourself in the game. And the game mode, we're trying to make the game mode have a bit of a meta like you were talking about. So the mode we're playing today is called Hunter. And in Hunter, one player is the hunter on your team. They're kind of your main point scorer, which is that character right up here with the red ring.
Yeah, who's got the big sort of ring around him.
So I want to protect them because, match is over. Each kill they get, they keep getting a bounty higher and higher and higher. So the longer they stay alive, the more points they can earn for us. Mm-hmm. But if they get killed, someone else on the team gets to play that role. And so it becomes this kind of thing like, let's go get their hunter, let's protect our hunter. And we also spawn health pickups when the hunter is killed. So it's like, okay, our hunter's weak, let's go protect that, let's get him over there and like heal him back up so we can keep getting points.
So a very team-focused game.
Yeah, that's the goal, is to get people that talk to each other. You know, as a dev team, we're always playing with Skype on, and it's fun to be like, I'm trying to protect it, get over here.
Get back here. Yeah. All very polite, I'm sure, and
totally
composed.
Polite. No one says anything inappropriate.
Yeah. Is this to look at your battalion here?
Yes, so here's the 3 tanks. You can see all their stats and easily compare them, since there are a lot of numbers and things to keep track of.
There are a lot of numbers there, yeah. But I mean, that's sort of par for the course with a game when you have this kind of level of customization. You need to know what stats they affect and how the sort of overall profile of your tank is coming together.
Exactly. So, yeah, we also want to make it really easy to compare this stuff. So it's like, oh, I want this these legs. Oh, here's these stats. We're going to color code the numbers, so if it's red, it's worse. Blue, you know, it's going to increase.
The universal language of stat comparison.
I hate it when games don't do that. Yeah, it's so annoying.
But it's like, listen, guys, we've got this figured out. There's a way to do it.
Exactly, yeah. You're like, why don't they have this in this game?
Don't understand.
Yeah. So, yeah, as I said, there's a lot of different parts. We're going to have about 150 for the first series.
150 parts?
150 parts.
Okay.
So, like 30 pilots, 30 legs.
And these are the pilots.
Here's the pilot. So the pilots have an ally and a rival ability and a passive. So let's say we're on the same team and you're my ally. When you're fighting alongside me, I have a ring around me, and if you're inside that ring, you're going to get a buff.
I'm getting a buff, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like faster energy regen or shield armor like regen or resistance. So we want to like just have a subtle way of being like, play with your team, and you're going to do better, and for the personality to come through. So it's like,
no, seriously, play with your team.
Yeah. So for competitive play, like if you're playing as a clan, teams that are like conscious of that and building battalions that work well together are going to definitely do better. So let's see if I can help out my buddy. We're the blue team. I'm the hunter, so I better not get killed. But they're not playing doing an interview, so
no problem
have
for you to just do the interview and then
exactly.
play it to the best of your ability.
Yes.
Such is the challenges we set before you. Are the challenges we set before you.
Let's see.
So is there? You've got the character pictures on the screen.
Yeah.
And I picture them sort of quipping to each other, saying things. Do they talk at all? Do you have any voice acting here, or is it mostly just to help you keep track of who's on your squad and maybe a visual indicator of what kind of ally abilities they're going to bestow upon you?
Yeah, it would be great as a polished thing to give them some more personality, a little banter, like in Street Fighter when they kind of like, talk a little trash after a match or things like that.
Yes.
Currently it's not planned. We'd love to do it, kind of just focusing on the gameplay and all that, but yeah, VO would be awesome.
Well, you certainly got some character portraits going there that seem to lend themselves to some character.
Thanks.
I could use the word character a few more times to be really in character for me. So it looks like you have basically got a shotgun strapped to the front of your tank.
Yeah, so this is a spread shot, one of the 30 guns we hope to have. And yeah, it fires out tons of bullets. We've got different damage types, so if I can shoot this person, you'll notice that the damage numbers come up in a different color.
I feel like that person is trying to help you out here in your demo.
I know, yeah, they're kind of like throwing the game for me a little bit. But yeah, so
it's important. You want to show off, different parts of the game and action.
Exactly.
I want to see a stomp.
Oh, just missed the stomp. She blocked those shots with her shield. You'll notice that you have a shield on the front of your tank. So when you fire, it raises up and exposes your tank. And let's see.
Oh, so you sort of have a shield state, fire state?
Yeah, it's a risk-reward thing. And some of the shields will block like 180 degrees. So, if you're trying to regen your energy, you can just back up and aim at them and block some shots. So.
And energy is the ammunition, basically?
Yeah, the purple bar up there, dashing, jumping, double jumping, all that runs on energy. So kind of like Dark Souls stamina system. You've got to, build your tank to, I need a ton of energy for this gun, so I'm going to build a tank like that. Or,
yeah, and manage that. Know when you're going to be low, when you're going to be, when you can press the advantage, etc.
Exactly. Yeah, so let's see. We're also going to have charge shots, so you'll be able to hold down the button, release, and do like a different type of attack.
Now this is hunter mode, which you as the hunter do bonus or get bounties that increase.
Yeah.
What other kind of competitive modes are you guys hoping to have in jump tanks here?
We'll probably have about 2 game modes. We don't want to split up the player base too much. Similar to how like League, it's kind of you play
pretty
your one
focused,
mode.
yeah.
Yeah. So we want to go for a really strong game mode with a meta that people can just get into and play again and again and have fun.
Or destroying that park.
Yeah.
That was horrifying.
Cherry blossom trees. So another thing I haven't mentioned yet is dynamic arenas. So sometimes when you play, it'll be night. Sometimes there'll be like a giant crane there. We're also going to have enemy turrets and things like that are like creeps that are going to be like attacking everybody. So just different elements like a drawbridge that might be there for a shortcut. And next time you play, it's not there. So with multiplayer games, you play hopefully hundreds of matches, and we just want to make sure each time you play, there's something different that you can take advantage of.
You've got something fresh, some different strategic considerations that vary match to match.
Exactly.
Which I think is important when you're playing on the same map, or the same few maps. You guys are thinking of like.
We're hoping to have about 6.
About 6?
Yeah, 6 for the first launch, and then maps will always be free for people who have the game. So.
Maps will always be free. And is Jump Tanks going to be free to play?
Is that dangerous? No. This we're looking at like a model like Magic the Gathering. So you get like a starter pack for a pretty affordable price, like $10 or less. And you get a handful of tanks and parts. And then if you want more content, some booster packs to get more parts at an affordable price. And so we just want to make it accessible for people. And if they love it and they want more variety, they can get some more parts. So.
I gotta tell you, Casey, that the way that sort of these tanks are jointed and the way the parts are put together, it's reminding me of Kinects, those building toys that I used to play with back in the day.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm like having a real neat flashback to that. Although these are way more interesting than the abominations I would put together. So is this? I noticed that now you have this sort of. Is that you using a shield that protects the 180.
Yeah, so let's see if I can block some of this person's shots. See, oh, not so successful.
It's not real effective.
Yeah, I got about 2 shots blocked and then I blew up. So. Yeah.
And so you automatically then respawn as the next tank in your battalion?
Yeah, exactly. So right below in the HUD, you can see the order. So in this one, I got 1, 3, 2. So each time I die, I cycle through my tanks. And so it's kind of like a deck in a trading card game. You don't know what card you're going to get. So, you know, you're kind of like in a different sync with your like the other teammates and stuff. So another kind of cool thing is like we've got inspiration from bullet hell and Japanese shooters. So like our networking code, you can get tons of bullets on screen. So that was one of the goals is like, we want to make a game where you can dodge bullets and weave through them, not just like instant raycast weapons like a lot of shooters. So.
Yeah, I mean, that your spread gun was moving pretty quick, but you know, I imagine some heavier shots, some you know, different weapon types. You'd be able to actually, like this, that looks like it'd be pretty tough to dodge, unless well, unless you just leapfrog away and then.
Yeah, this one is pretty mean from close in range. But I can't aim it up, so I kind of need to get on their level. So there's like pros and cons to different weapons. Like this one, the V laser blades, they kind of scissor together, and when they come, you know, they swipe and then focus, so it does double damage if you can like hold it on them long enough. Yeah, so it's you can keep your beam on them. And they're shooting a railgun at me, it looks like. And
stomp attack.
Yeah, nice. So how did we do? I'm an oblivious player. I'm just driving around shooting.
You did better than all the other red team players.
There we go. GameSpot rules.
Well, your score was better. You got 14. Nice work.
Nice.
GameSpot does indeed rule. Thank you, Casey, for pointing that out. I appreciate it. We are not immune to flattery.
There we go. Nice.
Very cool, man. So let's take one more look at the battalion.
Cool. Yeah, let's switch up the guns here. Let's throw in a shotgun real quick and laser blades. And how about a railgun?
And there's sort of an aesthetic through line between these tanks. You know, there's you got these sort of neon highlights, these jointed legs.
Yeah.
What is? I'm sorry.
Yeah, the dreidel.
Yeah. What is that?
This thing is it's a top. So this one, when you do crushing attacks, it's going to be tuned to do more damage because it's like a sharp point.
That way.
Yeah, so yeah, this one's funny. So yeah, we just want to do some wild ones with it, different silhouettes and like, you know, different sort of attacks. So like, let's see if I can quickly get to a shield. We've got a shield with like a giant buzzsaw on the front, which is going to do more ram damage. So if you boost into somebody, oh, there we go. So yeah,
that looks like one of those giant mining operations.
Yeah, it's totally safe, right? So yeah, just it's a fun arcadey game.
So this is almost like a melee class that you've kitted out, right?
Exactly. So if you equip this one, you might be dashing into players, trying to knock them off of things or just grind them. So yeah. Oh, someone chose all the same characters. That's okay.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
It's a little creepy, some clones, but you know, just like Street Fighter, it's okay if you want to pick the same characters or
anything goes in the world of jump tanks. I like your character who was like triumphantly holding a briefcase above his head.
Yeah, he's kind of the Japanese salaryman guy. He's got his tie tied around his head. Yeah, so yeah, we have 30 original characters. They're all crazy. So yeah, as you see, there's little legs that come out of the kind of drill thing that I'm driving around now. So you can also choose patterns. So we'll have like camo and different kind of patterns you can put on your parts, and
yeah,
so you can really
it seems like customization, obviously a big part of what you guys are
going
for.
My buddy just got crushed. Josh, lead programmer there, just coming in for the kill. He's deadly good. Oftentimes I cannot beat him, so we'll see if he's going easy.
That looked like a pretty quick kill. Was that? Are there any weapons that do sort of that one hit kill or like a 2-hit?
Yeah, right now the jump crush is tuned pretty high. We're gonna tune it down a little bit so it's more balanced. But
it also seems like that's pretty hard to land because these tanks move around pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's definitely a skill shot. Like, look at that, you're flying down. Like, let's see if I can get yeah, it's
I believe in you, Casey.
Thanks. I'm going to keep on trying. I'll get one of these guys. And you can double. Oh, there we go. 2017 damage. Yeah, so it's And you're looking at other shots, it's like 20 damage.
Yeah,
so,
a little bit OP right now.
You're not coming back from a jump crush. Hiding under the bridge.
Hanging.
That was smart.
Not a bad move.
Yeah.
Not a bad
here
move.
we go. Yeah. So our team's off to an okay start. 8 points. So.
Well, it's looking pretty cool. Very
Thanks.
fast-paced, you know, and you sort of, as the demoer here, it's a little bit tricky for you to coordinate team tactics. You're not on chat, but that is something you guys are hoping to encourage.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That's a big goal for us is having people communicate. We want to put in some hotkeys so you can hit a button and it'll be like, come over here and flash on the radar, things like that. So kind of make ways where if you don't have chat, you can do it maybe with some like other method,
Just
like
a
hit
quick
the
little
D-pad.
press, yeah, so that there is
Also,
some.
yeah, we're coming to Steam.
Steam?
So we've been accepted to Steam, and I can't announce a date yet, but we will
Are you
be
guys
on
now?
there.
So is that going to be Steam Early Access, or are you guys just going to go full release right onto Steam?
We're not that brave. No, just kidding. We'd love to do early access, get player feedback, and just start building the community and like start taking input from people on what they like about the game and what they want to see and all that sort of stuff. I mean, that's so cool. Coming from console development, you could never like interface with your
community
your
during the
audience
development
like that.
process. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the great thing about indie dev. It's like if we want to talk to players, we can. So that's what we want to do. So.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, Casey, I wish you guys the best of luck developing it, putting it out there on Steam, and looking ahead to the release of Jump Tanks, which is at some nebulous point in the future. Or?
Yeah, hopefully in the next 6+ months.
All right.
Early access. So.
Very cool, man. Thank you so
All
much
right.
for coming on stage.
Thank you too. Yeah, it's great.
Cheers.
Thanks to GameSpot.
All right, folks, we're going to change things up now on this stage a little bit. For a little while now, we've been running a tournament in NBA 2K14, and the finals are at hand. We've got a giant novelty check over here. $5,000 are at stake. We've got Homer Rabara coming up here to call the final match. That is going to be coming up shortly. We're going to get set up. Don't go away because it's going to be a nail-biter. All right, I'm Chris Waters. Thank you for sticking with us during the demos. And Homer's coming up here to blow you guys away with some NBA 2K14 finals. Stick around.